All my life, sacrifice, hustle, pay the price. Want a slice, got to roll the dice. That's why all my life I've been grinding all my life. Look, all my life, been grinding all my life. Sacrifice, hustle, pay the price. Want a slice, got to roll the dice. That's why all my life I've been grinding all my life. Look.
You have any anti-Semitic beliefs?
Again, I'm going to repeat. I don't know how the label becomes justified because you guys ask me the same questions over and over again. But this is not going to turn into a spin around cycle of questions upon questions. I told you guys how I felt. I respect all walks of life and embrace all walks of life. That's where I sit.
I think what people want to hear, though, is just a yes or no on that question. Yes or no.
I cannot be anti-Semitic if I know where I come from. I cannot be anti-Semitic if I know where I come from.
What up, what up, what up, what up? Welcome to the Ball Don't Lie podcast. This is your boy Dexter, your host, the one and only. The one and only. Welcome back to another show. Hey, there's a lot of stuff that's brewing in the NBA right now. And I don't understand how the NBA all year long, it's been talked about. Like I've been telling you guys from the beginning, nothing tops the NBA when it comes to entertainment, news, stories, trades, drama. It's a 12-month course. That's what you're getting. So stay tuned and just kick it with us for the next 20, 30 minutes. Because, man, like the biggest news in sports right now is not the Phillies and the Astros in the World Series. We're not talking about the NFL. Like right now, we're talking about what's going down in New York, and I'm about to go dive into that for a second because I got a lot of stuff to say. And like, no diss to nobody. I'm not trying to offend nobody, but hey, man, I'm gonna give you what I think, in my opinion, what's gonna happen to somebody. But before we get into all that, and I'm telling you, this show is gonna be lit. So kick with us for the next 20, 30 minutes. If you're new to this channel, welcome to the show. This is Ball Dnt Lie. I'm your host, Dexter. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Bell notification. Every time you hit that bell, you're going to get alerts to your tablets and your phones. Thumbs up if you can. It helps us out in the algorithm, especially on YouTube and IG, for sure. And we're on every streaming platform out there, so don't be shy. Hit us up on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all that good stuff. Any streaming platform out there, we're on there. And you already know. Your boy's on Twitter, so hit me up, Ball Don't Lie. And I'm on Facebook, I'm on IG, I'm on all that good stuff, every social media platform, TikTok, all that good stuff. So, hey, let's just cut to the chase. I got so much information about what's going on in Brooklyn. And to me, obviously, in the last month or so, there's been a lot of, anti-Semitic stuff that's being said about the Jewish community and they feel a certain type of way. And I don't blame them because anyone who comes out and speaks about a certain specific community or race or origin or a specific group, yes, they're going to feel a certain type of way, knowing that the Jewish community is pretty big in New York. I think per capita, they're the biggest Jewish community outside of Israel. So, like, obviously, New York has over 1 million Jewish people. And obviously, I think half of them are Orthodox, one may be. I can't really go down to the branches, but hey, I'm pretty sure you already know that, right? On top of that, Brooklyn is like the majority of them. Majority of the Jewish community lives in Brooklyn. So for what Kyrie did and how he's trying to deflect and not answer questions and say, hey, this is my platform, I do what I want, I don't care how you feel, kind of thing. These people come to your games. These people are courtside. Look at this picture right here. They're sitting courtside. That's how close they can get to you. This can impact revenue. This can impact endorsement, advertisement for the Brooklyn Nets. And then the NBA as well. Like, obviously, they got a lot of power. They got a lot of money. They got a lot of influence. So when you tag a specific group with anti-Semitic stuff, it's going to break it down. It's going to affect them for sure. And they're going to voice what they feel. So let's go ahead and, let's just go ahead and speak about it. So I'm going to try to sum it up and explain to you what Kyrie basically did. He didn't say nothing. He didn't take a specific quote from a book. He didn't take something out from a movie. He didn't do none of that. All he did was posted something on his platform, on Twitter, from my understanding. I think it was Twitter or IG, I'm not sure. But he posted something on his platform, a book that came out in 2015, a movie that was created in 2018, that had some anti-Semitic stuff that's in there. I didn't read the book. So let's make that clear. I did not read the book. I did not watch the movie. I didn't do none of that because it's too extensive as far as trying to watch that to understand where he's coming from. Everybody who reads a book has their own, I guess, logic behind what the meaning is in that book. So that's his own opinion. How he feels is how he feels. So let me just make that clear, right? So it appeared to be that Kyrie was promoting the book or the movie or both of them. And some people on the internet are saying, well, Amazon is the one that had the movie. Well, he got the book from somewhere. And why is everybody going after Kyrie? Well, let me tell you something, okay? As big as Amazon is, yeah, they should get the flack for it for sure. But Kyrie, like knowing that people are so close to you, like you're more influential. I mean, you're more influenced than Amazon itself because people can relate to you. They see you on a daily basis. They see you up close. They see you in press conference. So yeah, when you do something like that, especially if you have a following on Twitter and IG, the fact that you're one of the most popular players in sports, specifically in the NBA, the fact that you're you're in Brooklyn, in the backyard of the Garden, the mecca of basketball in New York, and it's on top of that, you're in Brooklyn, the biggest Jewish community out there. So yeah, you're gonna feel some type of backlash, some type of consequence. Somebody's gonna say something, right? So obviously, I'm not gonna get into the whole Rolling Stone situation. Rolling Stone calls this a big thing for his anti-Semitic, whatever it may be. That's their opinion. But the Jewish community were offended by what Kyrie posted. All they asked was two simple things. Take it down and tell us what you really feel. And obviously, we all see what happened in the last couple weeks. From Kanye West being canceled, losing Adidas deal, losing this deal, Balenciaga, all that stuff. Like he lost $2 billion worth of assets and revenue gone, zapped by. Because of the fact that you try to be the person that challenges the Jewish community in the wrong way. Anti-Semitics, being racist, being hateful speech. We all see what happened with Kanye. So Kyrie's in the same and people argue with me on Twitter telling me, well, it's just bad timing. Are you kidding me? So you tell me there's a good time to be racist? You tell me there's a good time to be anti-Semitic? You tell me there's a good time to be hating towards Muslims or Christians or Hindu or Buddha or black, white, pink, Asian, Mexican? Is there a good time to be hateful towards any ethnic or religious background? You tell me when, and I'll wait. Because what I see on the internet is ridiculous. It doesn't even cross my mind to be something that somebody can go on the internet and be logic and say or have an argument or a debate about. To say that is bad timing because
Kanye came out and it's just not good timing because it's going to affect him. Kyrie's money, see what happened with Kanye.
That is the most utter disrespect. That is the most idiotic saying I ever heard in my life. It's stupid. Educate yourself before you speak. Educate yourself before you even tweet anything, post anything. Like, research, bro, before you do anything. And I'm not going to call nobody out, but you know what I mean. And obviously, I'm only hyped up because of one thing. Because people really believe what Kyrie was trying to do and give him a pass for that. I'm sorry, man. I did some research and I found out some stuff. I'm like, damn, bro, you can't even do that. If the NBA comes out and tells you to delete your tweet or your post, if your own owner, the team that you play for, the franchise who cuts you a check, tells you, hey, man, delete what you tweeted. Your own people within your own circle who's like trying to protect your pockets and your earnings is telling you like, hey, Kyrie, this is not worth it. And you still have a firm grip on trying to say, no, I'm not going to do that? Yeah, something's wrong with that picture. But let's go back. So Kyrie can't believe, like, the public. See, like, for example, Kyrie believes that whatever he posts on the internet, on Twitter, on social media, Facebook, Instagram, whatever it may be, right? He feels like whatever I say or whatever I publish out there, or post out there, it's not going to be for public consumption. Yes, it is. I mean, I mean, I'm pretty sure there's PR people out there saying, hey, don't say this, don't do this. Why? Because your image can be tainted, because your image can be tarnished, because you can be looked at in a different way, because that can affect your future earnings, because that can affect your pockets right now. That can get you canceled, like Kanye West. Like, this is Twitter, this is social media 101. Like, whatever you say can be used against you. Like, literally. Freedom of speech comes with certain territories of consequences. Yeah, I'm for freedom of speech. Don't get me wrong. You can say what you want, feel what you want, but there is a saying. It ain't free when you hurt somebody, because there is repercussions. There is consequences what you say. I mean, this is America, right? Freedom of speech ain't the same freedom of speech from 100 years ago, bro. It's not. So that's just the reality to it. You can be impacted by your earnings, by your reputation, by who you are, by somebody that can cancel you because of what you say about a specific group. If you don't believe me, like I said, I'm going to keep iterating this. Kanye West got canceled. He got shut up. He did. And he's still out there still trying to talk his nonsense about George Floyd. That's being like putting a knee on his neck wasn't the reason why it killed him. Like the stuff he says about the black community. Then he goes about insane stuff about anti-Semitic stuff about Jewish communities or the Jewish people. It's insane. Like what I just seen with Kanye West on Piers Morgan should be self-explanatory. That guy's an idiot as far as Kanye West. But regardless of what Kyrie said, it is wrong and it is hurtful. All they asked him was to educate himself and give an apology, which to this moment, I believe he has not given an apology for what he has done. But like I said, I have no issue with freedom of speech. Yeah, man, you can say what you want, man. Freedom of speech in America does not mean that you have the freedom of, like the freedom to say what you want without getting any consequences. And obviously we all know Kyrie and he feels like he is a critical conspiracist thinker. He thinks beyond the rim of the brain. He feels like the earth is flat. Like, I can't follow a guy who literally holds every team that he has been on hostage. I can't follow that guy. You know why? Because the stuff he say don't make sense sometimes. The actions he does don't make sense sometimes. And for this is like the icing on the cake. Who can follow this man going forward? You tell me. Going forward, man. So, like the biggest thing, obviously, Alex Jones. We all know who Alex Jones is. And nobody in America supports Alex Jones. And if you do, man, you can go ahead and turn off this channel right now. And you can move on. Because I'm going to tell you right now, man, if you support dude, don't watch my content. Straight up. Because the guy literally believes, Alex Jones believes that the whole Sandy Hook situation in Connecticut was staged. And what he said about the family, bringing back the trauma. And then yet Kyrie's going to say he's going to dismiss all that. And I really believe in his heart, yeah, he's not for that. He is not condoning like what Alex Jones said about Sandy Hook. But yet he's going to post a clip about Alex Jones from a decade ago or so, talking about, the secret society. Well, let me tell you something now. If Hitler says something about the future, about flying cars, about whatever it may be, that will be beneficial as far as information or knowledge, I'm not posting that either because of what he has done to the people as far as the Jewish community and to the world. So because one man's right, or one man's wrong, or what he does a plethora of wrong things as far as, Alex Jones, I can't support the right stuff that he may say. You know why? Because people gonna look at me like I'm supporting him. And I don't do that. Especially if you're talking about Sandy Hook. But going forward, man, I don't want to kind of get off rails, man. Alex Jones is a disgrace, man. But, like I said, I'm with free speech. Free speech these days, like I said, it's not really free. You have to be careful what you say. You got to tiptoe around what you say, especially if you in the limelight, if you're a public figure like a Kyrie, You have to know what you say, man. And even though you put something on there, please read the book. Don't post something that people can definitely use against you. And like, what even made it worse too, which is kind of, to me, it baffles me, but because like, why would you go to a press conference or a post conference after the game, and then you think they're going to talk about the Indiana Pacers? You think Nick Friedell? You think Nick Friedell from ESPN is going to talk about the Pacers? No, he's going to talk about the elephant in the room. And it's a big one. What do you mean by what you said? What do you mean by what you tweeted, what you posted? And I'm going to post this clip right here about how they went back and forth. Run the tape, man.
I'm just there to post. And it's funny, and it's actually hilarious, because out of all the things I posted that day, that was the one post that everyone chose to see. It just goes back to the way our world is and works. I'm not here to complain about it. I just exist.
And to follow up on the promotion of the movie and the book.
Can you please stop calling it a promotion? What am I promoting?
Put it out on your platform.
But I'm promoting it? Do you see me in front of the title?
By putting it out there, people are going to say that you are
promoting. Yeah, put it out there, just like you put things out there, right?
Yeah, but it's not.
You put things out there for a living, right?
Right, but my stuff is not.
So let's move on.
Filled with anti-Semitic
Let's
stuff.
move on. Don't dehumanize me up here.
I'm not doing that.
Another human being. I can post whatever I want. So say that and shut it down and move on to the next question.
But Kyrie, you have to understand that I
don't have to understand anything from you.
It's not me.
Nothing.
It's
no people that you're making up, bro. Move on.
But by posting
move
what
on.
you
Next
did,
question.
Anybody
Do you guys have any more questions for me?
And they're going to say,
you guys have any more questions? Because this is going to be a clip. This is going to be a clip that he's going to marvel at. Is this any more questions?
But you're not answering the question.
Oh, this is another answering your question. Oh my God, let's make another Instagram clip so we could be famous again. Next question.
And see, Nick Friedell asked a legit question for the world to know. And for you to push back, Kyrie, it just makes you even look worse. It makes you feel like you're guilty. It makes you feel like you don't even understand what you're saying. If I had a platform like that, I would iterate certain things to the people, for the public consumption. Hey, this is not what I meant. I apologize if I targeted a specific group and they feel a certain type of way. I apologize, sincere, really. Like the post is deleted. This is what I thought it was, and yada yada yada. Okay, and obviously, Kyrie is very passionate about where his ancestors came from. But to list things about the black people, or obviously the documentary is stating that black people were originally Jew people, they had the control of the world as far as money, influence, whatever it may be, and then they got ripped from that. And obviously naming like the top Jewish people, bow down or pray towards Satan. These things they're anti-Semitic in a sense to me. But if you want to dig more into it, you can look into it. But yeah. So even though, like I said, the owner condemned it, the NBA followed suit. They said the same thing. Nike came out, and guess what? When Nike came out is when Kyrie opened up his ears. Yeah, because you know why? Kyrie got guaranteed money in the NBA. Even though what he said might hurt him down the road, that money, that paycheck is still coming in. But Nike can take away everything. Because there's hate speech. There's certain things you can do. Anti-Semitic is one of them. And yeah, you can lose your contract by that. The NBA Players Association came out as well and said the same thing. So, I don't know, man. To me, it's more about the Nets, the Brooklyn Nets, Joe Trusay, who's the owner, Sean Marks, who's the general manager or the person that's running the basketball operations for the Brooklyn Nets. They all have something to blame about what's transpiring right now in the NBA circle and in the world as far as sports. Because this had ripple effects across the world. People in Europe and China are talking about what's going on with Kyrie. So if you're getting negative flack from outside of America, this is not a good light on the NBA. Especially when your franchise is in the most populated area in America, in the United States of America, when it comes to the Jewish community in Brooklyn. I don't know, man. How y'all feel over there in Borough Park? I know some of y'all live out there that are Jewish, man. But anyways, man, going forward, right? The Nets have a lot to do with this. The Nets brought Kyrie here, forcing them to sign DeAndre Jordan because that was KD's best friend, right? They decided, you know what, we don't like this certain coach, and they supposedly got rid of him, right? Kyrie goes MIA for 2 weeks. No call, no show kind of thing. If I did that at my job, or if y'all did that at your job, y'all would have been fired. Steve Nash doesn't know where you at. Sean Marks don't know where you at. Obviously, Katie might know, but he ain't gonna snitch. And then obviously you come back to work like nothing happened. Like nothing happened. The Nets didn't even suspend him, fine him, nothing. Going forward, COVID comes around. He was the only player that I heard of. Actually, there's a few of them, but he was the only one that had a big influence, a big following, like a cult following, saying that we should not be doing the bubble. We should be fighting for social injustice. Really? But then you're gonna promote something that might be anti-Semitic? I don't know how that correlates together. Or does it? No, it doesn't. You can't be going for social injustice. We want our peace. We want this. We want that. Then you're gonna go ahead and promote something that's gonna cause a rift in a specific group. On top of that, obviously you don't want to get vaccinated, and you hold a team hostage, and they still kept you, and they trade James Harden, who they should have just traded your butt. Then you tell KD, hey, shoot, man, I'm trying to get out of here. KD over here in this past summer, talking about, I want to get traded. Kyrie's like, yeah, give me to LA, man, get me out of here. Kyrie also said on a podcast with Kevin Durant, I believe, and I'm gonna paraphrase it, but he's saying that we don't need a head coach. When they hired Steve Nash, we don't need a head coach. We don't need a coach. We can do it our damn selves. And the same guy just got fired. The same guy, Steve Nash, got fired. And nobody is talking about that. You know why? Because they're talking about Kyrie. But the Nets allowed this to manifest. It festered. I'm telling you right now, if you're in the Nets organization, there's no way you moving with this guy like that. There's no way you vibing with Kyrie like that. Because he is toxic. Where he went. Cleveland, you had a chance to go multiple rings with LeBron James. And you dip on him. Then you go to Boston, thinking you can be your own man, but you realize these young cats, man, you're not leading them to nowhere. And then you apologize to LeBron James for being immature and how you dealt everything in Cleveland. Then you come to Brooklyn. Actually, my bad, run that back. He told the Boston Celtics, oh yeah, if y'all want me here, I want to stay. And then, boom, deuces, you're out of here. Like, packed your bags in the middle of the night and just went down, down the coastline, went to Brooklyn. Then you get Katie to come there, and then obviously what I just mentioned, right? So that's pathetic. But here, let me read a statement that Kyrie just said. He said, I take responsibilities for the negative impact of his Instagram post. I guess it was Instagram, so I was saying Twitter. I apologize for his IG post. He also said, I do not believe in everything said in the documentary was true or reflects my morals and my principles. Yet again, this guy, and let me repeat myself, Kyrie Irving did not include an apology. He did not state an apology. So you take that for what you take it as it is. Because, to me, your statement might clear some air, but not all of it. You're not going to apologize for confusing how you can promote something and you don't take all of it in vain. And let me go ahead and read this to you as well. I'm going to post it up over here as well. The Brooklyn Nets and Kyrie Irving and the Anti-Defamation League have put out a joint statement saying, in part, that Kyrie Irving and the Nets will each donate $500,000, $500,000 each, towards causes and organizations that work to eradicate hate and intolerance in our communities. And I'm going to also read this as well. I oppose all forms of hatred and oppression and stand strong with communities that are marginalized and impacted every day. This is what Kyrie said. I'm aware of the negative impact of my post towards the Jewish community, and I take responsibility. I do not believe everything said in the documentary was true and reflects my morals and principles. I am a human being learning from all walks of life, and I tend to do so with an open mind and willingness to listen. So from my family and I, we meant no harm to any one group, race, or religion of people and wish to only be the beacon of truth and light. And there's no apology in there. Zero. So yes, we're going to feel a certain type of way, Kyrie. You know why? For me, I just wish this young man, Kyrie himself, took the proper steps to give this to his PR team, to pass this down to his agent, whatever it may be. Because I'm pretty sure they would have halted him right there. They would probably stopped him in his tracks. But Kyrie going to be Kyrie. And not learning anything from the Kanye situation. And he is fortunate to still keep his Nike deal. Obviously, I'm not comparing him to Kanye. Kanye said some crazy stuff. Went on Piers Morgan, went on a couple podcasts and said what he had to say and continued to say what he had to say. And everybody just kind of exiled him from their group. Kyrie is nowhere close to that. But that just tells you, being a little irresponsible about educating yourself can lead to huge, huge repercussions. And luckily, Kyrie skated this one. I mean, he should have been not arrested. He should have been suspended from the team. But for some reason, the Nets don't want to do that. But it is what it is. We'll see what happens going forward. Kyrie, he has a lot to do in that community. You gotta understand, their biggest fan base in Brooklyn is the Jewish community. They're the top getters. They're the ones that sit in front court paying top dollars. If they really want to put, some type of, teach them a lesson kind of thing, yeah, they can do that to the Brooklyn Nets. Yeah, but that's it for this episode. I hate to do it to you like this, guys, but this was the biggest topic in sports right now about Kyrie. We even talked about Steve Nash. And I feel sorry for Steve Nash, but he wasn't even a good coach to start off with. They give him a bad hand. So obviously, we'll get into that in the next episode briefly about Steve Nash. But man, I appreciate y'all kicking with me in the last 20 minutes or so. Hey, if you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe. Show some love, man. Y'all be safe out there, man. Until then, peace.